5 strange things that only exist in Migingo Island. Imagine an island barely larger than a football pitch, home to more than 500 people. Welcome to the enigma that is Migingo Island. In the heart of Africa, nestled within the waters of Lake Victoria, lies a tiny rocky outcrop that is the center of a fascinating tale. This is Migingo Island, a place where the unusual is the norm and the extraordinary is commonplace. Covering an area of less than half a football pitch, Migingo Island is a paradox of high population density. Picture this: over 500 people crammed into a space that is less than 2,000 square meters in size. It's akin to squeezing the entire population of a small village into a single city block. The island is a teeming, bustling hive of activity, with every inch of space utilized. But the intrigue of Migingo Island doesn't stop at its extraordinary population density. This tiny speck on the map has been the subject of a decade-long territorial dispute between two East African nations, Kenya and Uganda. It's an island tug-of-war that has drawn international attention. The contention arose when valuable fish stocks were discovered in the waters surrounding Migingo. Suddenly, this insignificant island became a hotbed of economic opportunity, and both Kenya and Uganda wanted a piece of the pie. The ownership of the island remains a contentious issue, with both countries claiming sovereignty. Despite these disputes, life on Migingo continues. The islanders have adapted to their unique circumstances, carving out a life amidst the turmoil. They've created a vibrant community that thrives against the odds, a testament to human resilience and adaptability. Migingo Island is a place of contradictions. It's a place where the boundaries of what we consider possible are constantly being pushed and redefined. It's a place that defies logic, yet exists, thriving amidst chaos and controversy. Now let's delve into the 5 strangest things that make Migingo Island a place like no other. But wait, before we begin, please subscribe to ensure that you never miss out on any of my crucial stuff. Comment "I subscribe" below, and I will personally welcome you to our community. Let's get started. Migingo Island is not your typical island getaway. It's one of the most densely populated places on Earth. Picture a tiny rock of less than half a football field, teeming with life. This is Migingo. Inhabited by a population that hovers around 200, Migingo is a marvel of human adaptability. The island's residents have ingeniously managed to squeeze their lives into a space smaller than most city blocks. They live in close-knit quarters, their homes stacked against each other, rising upwards in a patchwork of corrugated iron sheets and wood. The island's density is so high that it's almost impossible to walk in a straight line without bumping into someone or something. Each square meter of the island is said to host at least 4 people, making it a bustling human hive. To live in such proximity requires an unusual degree of tolerance and cooperation. The inhabitants of Migingo have to carefully negotiate their daily routines to avoid conflicts. Privacy is a luxury few can afford on this island, and personal space is often just a theoretical concept. But rather than causing conflict, this closeness fosters a sense of community. It's a place where every inch of space is utilized, every resource shared, and every dispute settled with communal agreement. This intimate living has led to a unique way of life that's centered on cooperation and mutual respect. The islanders have learned to live together, work together, and even celebrate together in their cramped quarters. Despite the lack of space, the islanders have found ways to thrive. They've created a bustling marketplace, a school, and even a couple of pubs, all within the tight confines of Migingo. Living on Migingo is a lesson in resilience, adaptability, and community. It's not an easy life, but it's one that the island's residents have embraced with a sense of pride and camaraderie. The sheer density of Migingo Island is a testament to human ingenuity and adaptability in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. It's a place that proves we can do more with less and do it together. On to our next peculiar feature of Migingo, its thriving economy. You might think an island of this size and population would struggle economically, but you would be mistaken. Now, let's dive into the unexpected economy of Migingo Island. Picture a tiny island, less than half a football field in size, yet bustling with over 200 individuals. How does it sustain itself, you might wonder? The answer lies beneath the surface of Lake Victoria, an abundant, thriving fishing industry. Migingo Island is situated in one of the most fertile fishing areas of the lake. Here, Nile perch, a species of fish that can grow up to 6 feet long, is found in abundance. This colossal fish, desired by many for its succulent taste and nutritional value, is the lifeblood of Migingo's economy. The islanders are master anglers, venturing into the lake at the crack of dawn, armed with nets and an intimate knowledge of the lake's currents. They cast their nets wide, and by the end of the day haul in a bounty of Nile perch. But it's not just about catching the fish. The islanders have developed an efficient system to handle their catch. After the day's catch is pulled in, it's swiftly cleaned, preserved, and prepared for sale. The fish is then sold to buyers who come from far and wide, attracted by the high-quality Nile perch. The revenue from these sales is substantial, supporting families and fueling the island's economy. It also allows for the import of essential goods from the mainland, contributing to a surprisingly high standard of living for the island's inhabitants. Despite its size and isolation, the unexpected economy of Migingo Island is a testament to the resourcefulness and resilience of its people. An island smaller than a football field, yet a buzzing economic powerhouse. Truly, Migingo is a marvel that defies the odds. Next, we explore the surprising lack of crime on Migingo. Before we continue, can I beg a little favor? If you're liking what you're hearing, show us some love by pressing that like button. And hey, if you want to be in the loop for our fantastic upcoming videos, make sure to press subscribe and ring that bell so you're always in the know. Oh, and one more thing, drop a quick "I subscribe" down in the comments, and I'll make sure to offer you a warm welcome to our amazing family. Alright, enough of that, let's keep the conversation flowing. Despite its dense population and limited resources, Migingo Island experiences almost no crime. A paradox, you might think. How can a place so densely populated with such scarce resources have an almost non-existent crime rate? The answer, it seems, lies in the unique sense of community that pervades this tiny island. In many parts of the world, high population density and limited resources are often breeding grounds for crime. But Migingo defies this conventional wisdom. The crime rate here is remarkably low, so low in fact that it's almost negligible. This hasn't happened by accident. It's the result of a concerted effort by the island's inhabitants to maintain peace and harmony. The residents of Migingo have developed their own form of community policing. Everyone knows everyone else, and the tight-knit community works together to enforce a sense of order and safety. This community policing system isn't just about preventing crime, though. It's also about resolving disputes and maintaining peace. When disagreements arise, as they inevitably do in any community, the islanders come together to find a resolution. They have an ingrained respect for each other and their shared space, and they work hard to uphold this. Having a community-led approach to security and dispute resolution is not the norm, but it seems to work exceptionally well for Migingo. It could be because of the island's small size, or perhaps because of its isolation. Whatever the reason, it's a testament to the power of community and cooperation. Now, let's not be naive. Migingo is not a utopia. Like any place, it has its share of challenges. But the way its residents handle these challenges is indeed unique. And it's not just about crime. This approach to community policing also helps to foster a sense of belonging among the island's residents. It's a system that not only keeps them safe, but also brings them closer together. So despite its high population density and limited resources, Migingo has managed to create a peaceful, harmonious community. It's a shining example of how people can come together to overcome adversity and create a safe, secure environment. Our final strange thing about Migingo, its unique form of governance. What happens when two countries claim the same piece of land? You get an unusual form of governance. Now, imagine this. A tiny rocky island, less than half a football field in size, claimed by two nations. This is exactly the case with Migingo Island, a speck of land in the middle of Lake Victoria, claimed by both Kenya and Uganda. So, how does this work? Well, it's a delicate dance of diplomacy. Both countries have agreed to a form of shared governance. This means that while technically under the jurisdiction of both Kenya and Uganda, Migingo Island operates under a unique set of rules. Now, you must be wondering, how does this impact the residents? Well, it's a mixed bag. On one hand, the shared governance allows for a certain level of autonomy. The islanders have a degree of freedom to govern themselves, which is not common in other parts of either country. On the other hand, the residents also face the challenge of navigating the legal and bureaucratic intricacies of two different nations. Despite the complexities, this unique form of governance has allowed Migingo Island to thrive, with its vibrant fishing economy and dense population. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the ability to adapt to even the most unusual of circumstances. And there you have it, the 5 strangest things about Migingo Island. From its high population density to its surprising economy, lack of crime, and unique governance, Migingo Island truly is one of a kind. We've journeyed through 5 strange and fascinating aspects of this minute landmass. So, what are your thoughts on these peculiarities? We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more intriguing explorations. Thank you for joining us on this journey to Migingo Island. Stay curious and we'll see you in the next video.